I guess I'm approaching it more from like the business owner side because we do local business with truck accessories, and I'm really curious like about being able to replicate it in other cities and even do that for other. Maybe if we took on like an agency role, if we have it so systematized, we could go do it for other businesses in the same niche. Like, how does that work? Like everything you showed us, can we just like how do you replicate like let's say our whole website, our CRM, all the stuff for a specific business we have, so we can just open a new location and have everything. We don't need because I'm so used to having to go rebuild. We figured it out once, but we'd have to rebuild a whole WordPress site or rebuild a whole thing for the new location. But it seems like this is much more efficient from what I've heard.
Definitely, yeah. So, we started out in the world of building a platform out for agencies. And the idea for many agencies, at least 5 years ago, was being niche down. You build basically your overall template and what you want to deliver for, you said truck accessory businesses. So maybe you have a brick and mortar location, and I'm going to build this whole concept out to serve that one location.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to go find more in every other city in the world, right? That's my
Yep.
business model, and that's what I'm doing as an agency. So what we've done is basically saying, okay, with that first location, let's create that master template, and you can take, just hit save essentially, and turn that into a snapshot. And the idea of that is taking a zip of that whole template so that now when you go to your next location, you can load up that snapshot and boom, maybe 80, 90% of it is already built out. Now you just go and do the customization, right? Updating the colors, updating the address of the business and the business name, and just doing the fine tweaks. Instead of you building from scratch every time, you've basically, sped up your go to market incredibly fast. But what we've learned over the past 5 years is that concept of agencies doing it, business owners are doing it themselves, and in fact they're trying to do that. They're trying to rein back what they've been doing with marketing agencies and trying to bring it more in-house. And so with your truck accessory business, you may have 10 locations and you have an internal marketing team, right? Well, now you can
Yep.
basically take that same concept and roll it out to 10 different locations very quickly and push out even changes. Maybe you want to do a holiday campaign. Well, I just need to create it once and then push it out to all locations so that they can send out their holiday campaign or their next text message blast. So we've definitely kind of taken our original concept with agencies and expanded it significantly more so that you can serve your clients and all your different markets for any business in a scalable manner without having to recreate it consistently over and over again.
That's awesome. That's really awesome because it's like I started as an affiliate marketer and then did e-commerce, and then eventually, like, I guess one of the later things was local business ownership. And so it's like it feels like you're giving local business owners like the powers that franchises typically have and the efficiency. And that's a crazy thing to me because it's like typically they don't have those things when I work with the local business owners or even just seeing like what else is out there.
100%. And we've taken that concept and now we're getting deep into the e-commerce space because we feel like it's the same model there. What
Yep.
you'll find in e-commerce is, let's say if you're a shop owner today, what we've actually found is if you have a successful shop, you probably have 4 or 5 other shops to kind of build this spider network, and they all have the same fundamentals. They all have generally 80 to 90% kind of the same styling, sometimes the same products. Maybe it's a different product, different variation of it, maybe handling different markets and stuff. But 80 to 90% of it is fundamentally the same because once you found one store that's working, you don't want to change too much on the other ones that's happening there. So in a very similar fashion, you can take a snapshot of, store A and roll it out to build out your other stores as well, or, do the improvements or the enhancements to the other stores very effectively and efficiently. And so that's where that model really spun out from was the agency world, but we've realized it translates to any industry and every business type that's out there.